Good afternoon, dear students and dear colleagues. My name is Елена Юрьевна, and I'm a teacher of English. Today, I'm going to be your teacher. Our lesson is only 30 minutes because it is a distant one. But during these 30 minutes, we are going to practice lexical and grammar material using the most modern, new students' book, Sfers. For our lesson today, you don't need this book because all the exercises are included in the presentation. But you need a sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil to make some notes or to do the exercises for today's lesson. Try to remember as much as you can and try to make this lesson useful. So, I hope you are ready to start our lesson, and we are ready to start. Look at these words and let us practice phonetic exercise. So, you are to say the words after me. Pay attention to the pronunciation. Pronunciation is extremely important for you during the oral part of the state exam. But if you are not going to take an exam, this exercise is also useful for you. I hope you want to speak proper English in the future. Well, now say after me. La. Supply. Supplier. Supplement. Motivate. Motivation. Train. Trainer. Trainee. The stress is on the last syllable. Now say it again. Trainee. Training course. Promote. Promotion. Promoter. Describe. Description. Secure. Security. Retire. Retirement. Now look at these words again and find all the verbs from this list. You have only 15 seconds for it. Well, now let us check your results. Here are the verbs from the previous list. Now say them again. Supply. Motivate. Train. Promote. Describe. Secure. Retire. I hope you know all these verbs already, but if you have forgotten something, I can remind you. So, to supply means снабжать кого-то чем-то, поставлять что-то. Supply. Motivate is an international word, мотивировать. Train – тренировать. Promote – продвигать кого-то по службе, например. Describe – a very well-known word, описывать картинку, например. Secure – делать безопасным, гарантировать что-то. retire – уходить в отставку или на пенсию. What is common for all these verbs? Right you are. They are all regular verbs. So if you want to make past simple or perfect tenses use the third form of these verbs, you have to add ed. But there is one verb which is very dangerous for some of us. Look at the word supply. The ending is letter Y. Do you remember this letter? Letter Y, in this case, will be changed by letter I. And after that, we add ed. Why are we going to change this letter? Because before letter Y, we see letter L, and it is a consonant. Если перед буквой Y стоит согласный, то она обязательно будет меняться на букву I при присоединении окончания ed. Если бы перед ней стояла гласная, например, в глаголе play, то там буква Y меняться не будет. Well, these are the verbs. And now let us do an exercise closely connected with these verbs. Well, in the box you see the verbs and you have 7 sentences. So take a sheet of paper, but don't copy the sentence itself. It will take a lot of time. Just put 7 numbers from 1 up to 7 and write only verbs in the correct form. Well, you have 2 minutes for this work. So start your work, please. Don't forget to change the form of the verb if it is necessary. Half a minute is left. Well, I hope you are ready. Now let us check your results. My granny is going to retire next year, and the verb is not changed. Going to needs the first form after it. You should train hard to become a professional sportsman. Train, also without any changes, after should, modal should. Can you supply me with some information for my project? Supply, снабжать, and after can, it is the first form. I'm glad for Tom. Why am I glad for Tom? Because he was promoted last week. Last week, passive voice. Past simple passive. Promoted. The Constitution secures our rights. Сохраняет наши права. The constitution is the third person singular. Третье лицо, единственное число. Secures. At the exam we have to describe a photo. Нам нужно описывать фотографию во время экзамена. To describe. Well, now the next. A real teacher should motivate his students. Also motivate in the first form. Most of these sentences are using modal verbs. Pay attention to them. Well, now I hope you have made no mistakes. But if you have made some, then put down the correct form, just to analyze your mistakes after the lesson. We are going to come to the next exercise. This exercise is also taken from students' book for the 11th formers, Spheres, and of course you understand what to do here. Well, try to write down the words one after another, so you have got 8 words, so put 8 numbers and write the derivatives in block capitals. And be very attentive. Don't put a blank between 2 words if you have this variant. Well, now you have a minute and a half for this exercise. A minute and a half. So let's get started. If you don't know any of these variants, so leave them and try to do the next. Don't waste your time. Well, 15 seconds are left. I hope you are ready. And let us come to the answers. Check your answers, please. So, the first one is description. She liked the job description. She has got a good salary, заработную плату, and dealt with customers and suppliers. Поставщики. Supplier is singular, suppliers is plural. Customers in plural, so suppliers are also in plural. Well, security. Job security was also good. She could work until retirement. She could, well, at first she was trained. Well, maybe some of you have written was training, but he couldn't train herself. Somebody trained her to be suitable for this job. That is why was trained, was is given here. Passive voice. But the course is training course, so training course is here. Her motivation was high. I hope no mistakes here. And She was promoted without any blank. Без пробела пишем заглавными печатными буквами. Именно так вы будете заполнять бланк ответов на едином государственном экзамене по английскому языку. So, if you have some mistakes, so then write down the correct variant and work at it later. Don't forget to use block capitals without any blanks. Now we are coming to the next exercise. And it is devoted to our logic and lexical knowledge. So you are to match parts of sentences from 1 up to 5 with the endings of these sentences from A up to E. What is easy? Easy is that numbers and letters are the same number. So 5 numbers, 5 letters. No extra variance. But there are some difficulties here. So what are you going to do? Don't copy the whole sentence. So just put number and letter, a number and a letter. Well, and you have, well, let us think a minute and a half. I think it is enough. Be very attentive. Start with the phrases you are sure in. Well, 15 seconds are left. Now, I hope we can check your results. Well, don't worry if you have made some mistakes. The exercise is rather difficult. Well, if you can't find the job you like, don't stop looking. Stop looking for. По идее, здесь должно быть не останавливайтесь в поиске, но в разговорном английском, современном разговорном английском, на котором основан наш УМК Сферы, разрешается говорить именно так. Ну, это более такой молодежный, скажем, сленг. Не рекомендую это использовать, естественно, в эссе. Там официальный стиль речи. А вот в письме другу вы можете это использовать. Хотя мы же не знаем, кто будет экспертом. Вдруг эксперт не настолько компетентен, поэтому лучше все-таки используйте look for, искать что-то. Но тем не менее, вот в этом упражнении don't stop looking. Number 2, if you enjoy what you do, you will do good work. Если вам нравится то, что вы делаете, то у вас, конечно, все хорошо получится. If you fail at something, it is a chance to begin again and to be better. If you work long and hard at something you enjoy, with every time you will get better and better at doing it. And the last, if you are a beginner, you are often more creative. Могла быть небольшая путаница. Кто-то мог написать, допустим, если вам нравится то, что вы делаете, то это что с каждым разом будете делать лучше и лучше. Логика отстает, логика хромает. А вот если вы упорно над чем-то работаете, то, конечно, с каждым разом будет получаться все лучше и лучше. Длительность действия показана. Вы упорно работаете над чем-то. Поэтому better and better. Вот эта намеренная тавтология показывает результативность длительного процесса. So here are the correct variants. If you have some mistakes, don't worry. Кстати, здесь тренируется еще не навязчиво, так и грамматический материал. Условные придаточные и придаточные времени, в которых, после if и when мы не ставим будущее время, мы ставим настоящее. Посмотрите на первую часть упражнений, и вы увидите, что здесь отрабатывается этот материал. Но не навязчиво. Now let us come to another exercise, and it is devoted to phrasal verbs. Да, эти несчастные фразовые глаголы, эти несчастные ученики, которым фразовые глаголы приходится учить. Да, приходится учить, ребят. И нам тоже, учителям, когда-то пришлось это учить. Today we are going to work with the verb go. Go and gone, ходить. But here we are to revise. Revise, it is a revision. It is not new material, it is a revision. To revise some postpositions. So, go on. I hope your teachers sometimes tell you, go on reading, go on speaking. Go on means continue, продолжать. If you don't remember, write it down, put it down. Go on, continue, продолжать. Go through. Preposition through is a difficult one. Go through – идти через что-то физически, например, через лес, вертикальные преграды, через деревню, go through the village, тоже дома. Если мы по полю идем через поле, там across the field, или через площадь, across. А вот go through – это вертикальная преграда. И в переносном значении. Трудности какие-то проходить. Проходить значит have some problems. Go for something. For example, after the lesson, I'm going to go for some bread. Пойду за хлебом после урока. So, it means to go to find something or to buy something. Well, the next. Go off. To leave a place. And go without something. For example, I can't go without ice cream. I can't live without ice cream. Обходиться без чего-либо. So, once again, еще разочек. Go on. Продолжать. Go through. Переживать трудный период, проходить через какие-то трудности или препятствия. Go for. Идти за чем-то. Go off – уходить. Go without – обходиться без чего-либо. I hope you have put it down, and now this exercise is to practice this material. So we have got 7 points. Put down 7 points, and here are the verbs. Verb go with different postpositions. Go on should be used twice. Well, now you have a minute and a half. A minute and a half. Let's get started. don't forget to put the verbs in the correct form. Go should be changed in some positions. Well, I hope you are ready, and here are the results. So, students go through a difficult time during their last year at school. I hope you agree with this sentence, because this time is really difficult for you. And, of course, go through. The key word is difficult time. Number 2. Go without. They have to work so hard for their exams that they have to go without much free time. Им приходится обходиться без большого количества свободного времени. At the same time, they have to decide which career or university to go for. В какой же университет отправиться? Какую карьеру себе выбрать? That last year seems to go on forever. И кажется, что этот год длится целую вечность. Хотя, наверное, это не совсем правильно. 11 класс в школе пролетает очень быстро. Все мои выпускники именно так и говорят. Только-только было 1 сентября, и вот уже конец учебного года. Но мы не спорим с этим упражнением. Нам здесь важна грамматика. To go on forever. Then my friend Sue. А вот подружка Сью такая зануда. Каждый раз, как ее вижу, так она все нудит про свою профессию. Вот что теперь делать? Сью – это она, третье лицо, единственное число. The third person singular, so goes on. Goes on. Все нудит и нудит. Number 6. Yesterday she went off. Конечно, она пошла куда-то побеседовать по поводу выбора своей дальнейшей карьеры. Но она не на самоизоляции, поэтому она исходила, мы ей все сейчас дружно позавидовали, и went off. Went because yesterday. And the last. And my parents say they will go along with anything I decide. Не будут иметь ничего против моего выбора. Конечно, это не значит, что они согласятся на 100% или одобрят, но возражать не будут. Go along. Here are the correct answers. And again, if you have made some mistakes, don't worry. Just put them down and work at them later. Well, now how did you work today? So, choose the correct answer. I worked hard and made no mistakes. It's great. You are ready for your exam. I worked hard but made some mistakes. Don't worry. You have some time in front of you. And you can train hard. I made a lot of mistakes because the lesson was difficult for me. Well, in this case, I advise you either to work hard or not to take an exam. Because, to tell you the truth, the lesson was not difficult at all. And if it was difficult for you, maybe English is not your cup of tea. Well, now our lesson is over. You have got 2 e-addresses. The first is for your teachers and the second is for the students. If you have any questions, you can write down something and write us a letter using these addresses. The first is for the teachers and the second is for the students. I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. The lesson is over.